Austin seems to be one of those very polarizing places where news headlines are either incredibly positive, where Austin is making all of the country's top 10 lists left and right, or to now reading along the lines of mass exodus from Austin and why everybody is leaving Austin. So it's really time to put the myths to rest and talk more about why Austin is going to remain a top destination for many years to come. We're going to dive right into the top reasons people are still moving to Austin, and I'll shed more light on what I actually experienced over the last 5 years with people moving in and out of Austin. When referencing real estate, people always talk about the importance of location. You typically can't change something location-wise, good or bad, and this is one of the biggest draws to Austin is its impeccable location, not only within Central Texas itself, but within the entire country. I work with so many people who have family on both the East and West Coast, and they need to be more centrally located for travel purposes. Being situated in Central Texas also comes with many other perks. Because of this, Austin is part of the Texas Hill Country. This offers gorgeous topography, rolling hills, and even lakes throughout the entire city. So in comparison to other metros, including large Texas spots like Dallas and Houston, Austin is far superior as it relates to natural beauty and accessibility to some of these really nice outdoor offerings. In the Hill Country, you're not only going to find top-tier neighborhoods that are really rich in amenities, you also have access to gorgeous city and state parks, wineries, distilleries, and so many other really fun hangout spots. So if you live in downtown Austin and you just want a weekend getaway that's 30 minutes to an hour away, you have it all around you, and you really can't say the same for many other Texas cities. This brings us to the second reason people are falling in love with Austin, and that's its fantastic outdoor lifestyle. There are so many great outdoor offerings that it's really hard to figure out the best spot to begin. Starting in the city center of downtown, Austin has this fantastic blend of urban and nature, with Town Lake, now called Lady Bird Lake, running through the center of the city. You'll find people jogging along this 10-mile loop trail, paddle boarding in Lady Bird Lake, and just enjoying their city all throughout the town. Around the corner is our popular Zilker Park, which is roughly 350 acres of people just hanging out. You'll find dogs, soccer matches, volleyball, and the list goes on and on. It's a really cool spot. Right around the corner is Barton Springs Pool, which is another great spot where people hang out, especially on those hot summer days. This is a natural spring-fed pool with cool water and spots to lay out all around it. It's a super fun hangout spot. Again, just 5 minutes from downtown Austin. Not many cities have offerings like this, and they're a huge draw to the area. There are a couple of other outdoor spots that not many people are aware of, and those include Lake Travis and Lake Austin. So working our way west of downtown, you're going to find Lake Austin as the first spot. This is essentially a constant level reservoir on the Colorado River that runs about 21 miles from the dam near Lake Travis to another dam near downtown where it becomes Lady Bird Lake. Lake Austin is the stretch where people launch their boats, wake surf, and just hang out on the water. This is also where you'll find some of the most expensive real estate in Austin, as well as the Austin Country Club, which hosts PGA tournaments all throughout the year. If you continue west beyond Lake Austin, that's where you'll find our largest true lake, Lake Travis. Tons of waterfront homes, and because the lake itself is so large, you will also find a variety of boats on the water, including smaller yachts. And of course, all along this stretch, you have so many other great outdoor spots. You can even find newer master plan neighborhoods in the area with community amenities like resort-style pools, marinas, and direct access to Lake Travis itself. So be sure to explore if that's something that resonates with you. Jogging back over to Zilker Park near downtown, this brings me to the next reason Austin remains a top destination, and that's our year-round entertainment. Austin is a top spot for major events throughout the year, especially with our more international presence in recent years. You might have heard of Austin City Limits, aka ACL, which is our annual 2-weekend music festival with all of the big names you've come to know and love. We also have the fantastic Formula One Grand Prix at Circuit of the Americas each year, along with various events like MotoGP and many others. Of course, Austin is a huge music scene with multiple large venues hosting some of the biggest acts throughout the year. Again, the entertainment options in Austin do not disappoint. Before talking more about affordability throughout the city, let's dive into the job and economic front here in Austin. Austin is still a major attractor of employers relocating relocating their companies, and in fact has one of the lowest unemployment rates in the entire country. Not only is our tech sector robust, Austin's quality of life appeals to so many, so it's really not difficult to get your employees to relocate to the area. Our tech sector seems to get a lot of the notoriety, so what many people don't necessarily realize is that Austin being the state capital and home to the University of Texas system, there are also thousands of government-related job opportunities that you can find throughout. We also have a very large presence in healthcare with reputable hospital systems all throughout the city metro. Austin is home to some of the largest employers with many names you've probably heard of, including Tesla, Dell, Samsung, IBM, Amazon, and hundreds of other successful startups. On the note of startups, Austin will continue to be a very popular spot because of its laid-back entrepreneurial spirit. It's an incredibly vibrant and energetic city that really focuses on entrepreneurship, creativity, and more of that local scene. So even though Austin has grown exponentially, and for many of us who have been here for decades, there are some trade-offs, you still find that big city with a small town feel, though, that really keeps people moving to the area. Next up is one of my favorites, but before diving in, I want to quickly welcome you to the channel or back to the channel. My name is Aubrey von Behren. I'm a licensed real estate broker helping hundreds of people make a move to and from Austin. If you are exploring the area, be sure to reach out to us because my team and I would certainly love to help. I mentioned Austin's creativity and entrepreneurial flair, which have both contributed to an excellent food scene throughout the city, which is one of my favorite topics. We're now home to Michelin star spots, including my all-time favorite restaurant, Barley Swine. I remember going to Barley Swine 10 plus years ago when it was a tiny restaurant on South Lamar, and now it recently received a very well-deserved Michelin star. But of course, this is just one of the many great spots that you're going to find in Austin. We also have numerous food trucks scattered about the city, and many of these actually rival the brick and mortar locations in terms of quality. Again, this is all in line with that energetic, creative spirit that you're going to find scattered about Austin. It's really pretty incredible. You may have heard people refer to Austin as the live music capital of the world for many decades, but I've noticed something newer and different in recent years. The TV and film industry has always had a presence in Austin, and you're certainly seeing more of that, including film studios that are underway in neighboring areas, celebrities moving to the area, and so on. But what I've noticed recently is the uprising of great comedy shows in and around Austin. Joe Rogan's newer mothership venue downtown and other spots throughout the city are slowly turning Austin into what some might call the comedy capital of the world. I love this because it's always easy to find something to do in Austin throughout the week, and it really fits the overall style of Austin. I promise more about affordability in and around Austin, and this is a big one for a lot of people in recent years. Pre-pandemic, people were moving here in droves, oftentimes from states like California, New York, and other expensive coastal spots. They were like kids in a candy shop being able to purchase real estate for a significantly lower price than it would cost them back home. That quickly changed though during the pandemic, and things became much more expensive. They were still less expensive than what you were going to find in spots like California and New York, but people were still very surprised by the cost of real estate in Austin, Texas in comparison. After the unsustainable pandemic pricing, though, our local real estate market has normalized with much lower pricing and a more balanced, favorable market for buyers overall. I really expect this to continue in years to come until something changes in a more substantial manner with mortgage interest rates. Although Austin is not an inexpensive city by any means, people are still moving to the area from other more expensive states, primarily because of all of the reasons that I mentioned in this video, as well as a lower cost of living in comparison to these more expensive, larger metros. On a related note, especially for those of you who are looking to be outside of the city center, you can find a really nice, large, and even new home for a much lower cost than in many other areas, and that's been a significant draw to the Austin metro. Austin, like so many other cities across the country, gained thousands of new residents, especially during those pandemic years. People were able to work remotely, and they became nomads to some extent. That very quickly changed, though, when employers started calling everybody back to the office, and for many people, that meant having to move back to the city from which they came. Of course, there were others who moved to the Austin area for things that were not work-related related reasons, and the city itself just wasn't what they expected at the end of the day. On that note, I saw many Californians moving to the area and they were super caught off guard by the hot Texas summers, which is completely understandable. But those are just a few examples of why a lot of people ended up needing to move from Austin. People will come and go, but Austin will always remain an incredibly unique city that offers a great quality of life in all of the ways that I mentioned. So for those reasons, Austin is absolutely going to continue to grow and remain one of the top cities to live in years to come. On that note, if you're exploring real estate in and around Austin, be sure to reach out to us because my team and I would absolutely love to help along the way. Again, my name is Aubrey von Behren. I'm a licensed real estate broker helping hundreds of people make a move to and from Austin. Until next time.